my left is Mary. We're two of the keepers here at our park, and we're the ladies with the buckets of chicken. That's why these guys are coming to see us. You think they're hungry? Yeah, I would say so. Now, before we do get started, there is one very important rule we'd like to remind everybody of. This is a safety rule that applies mainly to adults with small kids. The rule is no one is allowed on or above these low wooden fences that most of you have your elbows on. That does include sitting or standing on the fences, and unfortunately does include having anybody up on the shoulder. So if you have any of those, we ask that you please bring them down and keep them down for the remainder of your visit here at the park. Again, it's for their safety. You can hold them in your arms. We just want to make sure you have a nice strong arm around them, because we don't want anybody falling over the fences, then we have some extra feedings going on that we don't know about. But everybody's looking good. Thanks so much for cooperating with us on that. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and give these guys some breakfast. Now guys, you're looking at our wildlife area here at Alligator Adventure. This area is home to 500 adult North American alligators. Now in the very front of our park, we've got another area called the Myrtle area. And that houses about 200 of our largest adults. You guys can do the math. We have about 700 alligators here at our park. It's a lot of mouths to feed. Now one of the most common questions we get here from visitors is how can we tell the difference between the boys and the girls? When you're looking at fully grown alligators, it's really easy to tell because all you have to do is check out their size. One of them gets larger than the other. Who do you think gets larger, the boys or girls? Boys. If you say boys, you're absolutely correct. The smaller ones you see are the females. They get anywhere from about 6 to 9 feet in length, and they can weigh 600 or 700 pounds. The adult males are the big boys you see out there, getting 15 feet long and weighing in at over 1,000 pounds. Now, usually folks who come to the feedings get very concerned if these alligators are getting enough to eat. You heard we have 500 gators in this section of our park alone, and you see only 2 keepers out here with 1 bucket of chicken each. It's obvious not every alligator is going to get a piece of food during the show. That's perfectly all right. They're not too worried about it because an alligator doesn't eat very much. Out in the wild, one adult alligator, like this one, will only eat about 75 pounds of meat, and that will last them for the entire year. That's not a whole lot considering how large they get. They can afford to do that because they're very efficient in what they do eat. They use 90% of the food they take in. They're going to turn that into alligator and expel only 10% as waste. People and other warm-blooded animals, on the other hand, we're the exact opposite. We waste about 90%. So that's why we need to eat every single day, a couple times a day, to keep our body systems running the way they should. Now, it's also obvious to you guys that there are not 500 alligators at this platform begging for food. Am I correct with that? You can't count 500 alligators. These guys are actually really good rotational feeders. They don't eat every single time that we come out here. We come out here, we bang on things, and we call them, we let them know that they're being fed. So if they're hungry, they'll come over, eat a few pieces of chicken, and then they'll go lay on the beach. And they'll stay there for a couple days because it takes them a long time to digest the food that's sitting in their stomach. So they're not eating machines. They don't eat all day, every day, like some other animals do. Now this is my very last piece of chicken. How you doing, Mary? She's got 3 left. I'll see if I can get this guy to jump again. Come on. There we go. Alright, that was my last piece. Now when Mary down there is finished, that will be our show. I want to thank you guys so much for coming out to the 11 o'clock Alligator Feeding. Let's go ahead and give Mary, our extra feeder, a big round of applause for helping us out. Now, if you have any questions for us, Mary and I will be exiting out the albino alligator house. So we invite you to come on over and chat with us. Also, at the top of the next hour at 12 o'clock,